Merci beaucoup. Yes, greeting to everyone. So I want to get some. Today we have a lot of fun. Are you guys ready for fun?
Yeah.
The first one, Janet.
Yes.
Did you make a bed?
I did make my
How do you feel?
I feel good.
See?
It's been a good day.
There you go. Hey, you don't look at me. Why? I won't ask it. Sean, did you make a bed? No? Try one day. You feel it.
Somebody was sleeping in it still. Still sleeping in it.
Same.
I'll be getting on. Yes, then. How do you feel? There you go.
I'm pretty sure it's eliminated.
There you go. How do you feel when you did?
I'm pretty sure.
Buddy.
I did, and I'm excited that it's made when I go home already.
There you go.
Got some
See,
double
the
forward
easy
to.
stuff. We'll get back to you, Aaron, next year. So today is, I want to talk about teamwork. Yesterday I say, yesterday I say my grandma was a storyteller. So I was telling, today will be just a story. So let's start with the first story. In India, there is a teacher who have 45 students. And one of the students came to him and says, teacher, I lost my watch. Somebody stole my watch. The teacher say, okay, tell all the students, don't close your eyes. Say, close your eyes. He said, close their eyes. He went around, checked his pocket, he found the watch. And then he came back, he said, open your eyes. He gave it to the students. He go into their life. Say nothing. 20 years after, he met one student. The student say, teacher, I'm a professor. He said, what make you choose this life? He said, because you make me choose that. He said, I don't remember. He said, why? You remember when someone stole a watch? You told her to close our eyes, and then you went around, you found the watch. It was me who stole the watch, but you never tell to the student it was me. And that's what you said, my honor. That I choose to be a teacher, to do what right to the people around all the new students. The teacher said, no, I don't know it was you. Why? Because when you guys close your eyes, I didn't close my eyes too. So I didn't know who was stealing the watch. That's how leaders run a team. You serve your people honor, people make mistakes. You don't throw them to the wolf. Second story. That's a religious story. Someone died, went to see St. Peter. St. Peter take him for a walk. And he saw 2 rooms, plenty food, long fork, everybody's skinny. Second room, few food, long fork, everybody big. Why? Again, trust part of the team. Because the first room, they have plenty food. Before you eat, I have to feed you, you feed me. They don't cross each other. They don't feed each other. Guess what? They're hungry. The second room, they cross each other, they feed each other. Trust. Before you receive a fire, what you do? You give wood. You don't say, I got my wood until you give me fire. Part of the team. Care. To be a part of the great team is the next story, and each one of you have to play your own music to make a great orchestra. Let's start with Jane. Jane cannot be successful by being the director of orchestra and nobody play your instrument. You play instrument, you play your instrument, play instrument. That's what team is. But if she's a leader who just there know everything, nobody care how much the leader knows. People care how much the leader care about them to them. Same way, if for instance, Randy bring an instrument, we cannot have a symphony. Each person is valuable to have a great team. Every person here is valuable to have a team. So someone say, we can come together. I want to do that. He said, come together is just a beginning as a team. And, keep together is a progress. Working together is successful. That's how you guys did. As we work together, you see us laughing because they have, oh, that's great. See, because nobody did it by themselves. Because they do that together. And then when I was in the army, we say all the time, one team, one fight. Because the reason I love what the team was we knew we have each other back. Dead or alive. You come home. And in the pub, we go there, and I have someone saying that the first one was the Army Ford, to give him credit. This is the Martin Luther King say, we must come together, or we see that right, I want to do justice. We must come together as a brother and sister. Otherwise, we fall like a fool. In this team, I can say your success is just like a wolf pack. Let's come back to Washington. Wolf pack, they always go together. If it is one wolf, if you have a lone wolf, they don't last long. And they know how to come together. All the geese, you see how the geese fly? They always fly in a V section. Why? Because that's 70% of headwind. And I found out as a team, every time the geese recognize each other, when they empower each other to shift here. So when the geese coming down because it's hurt, watch them. Two geese who break away for the formation, they go back to help him out. And they wait the next formation until he cannot fly or he is dead. Teamwork. Before we go there, let's see that one more.
Civilizations on the planet. And a former Navy SEAL was asked, who makes it through bugs? Who makes it through the selection process to become a SEAL? And he said, I can't tell you who gets through, who makes it, but I can tell you the kind of people who don't make it. He said the star college athletes that never have been really tested to the core of their being, none of them make it through. He said the preening leaders who like to delegate everything, none of them make it through. He said the big tough guys that come in with huge muscles, covered in tattoos, who want to prove to everyone how tough they are, none of them make it through. He said some of the guys that make it through are skinny and scrawny. He said some of the guys that make it through, you will see them shivering out of fear. He said, but every single one of them who makes it through, when they're emotionally exhausted, when they're physically exhausted, some way, somehow, they're able to dig down deep inside themselves to find the energy to help the person next to them. Service. Service. Giving to another, having their back, is what makes the highest performing teams in the world. Not their strength and not their intelligence. It's their willingness to be there for each other.
Thank you. That was what we did yesterday. Oxy, yesterday. So, service. How do you feel when you help somebody else? Because it was happy, right? Working together. Service. So when that's kind of a life we are in the army, when you are you have nothing to give, get your second wind, help someone next to you. If you wanna go far, go alone. If you wanna go farther, take someone with you. That means when you're tired, they're there for you. If you feel like you can't do everything by yourself, you are a solo ranger and would like to send in the army, or a lone wolf, I guarantee you, you won't go far. Service. And then when you have nothing to give, pick up your second wind. Don't worry about yourself, worry about somebody else. And as soon as you do that, I have another one I could say, but today's more story. And last month, I have a student of mine call me, say, Dr. Wawa, you don't recognize me? I said, no. Please refresh my memory. He said, we deployed together a few years ago. Wow, I was good. And we keep talking, and he said, my name is, I won't say his name, so let me just use my name is Smith. I'm like, oh, great. You still don't recognize me? I say, no. I'm Captain Smith. He was my boss. So now we have like a headquarters. Some people work in a headquarters, some people work in a company, but we work together. So I was a supplier. I was at E7 as a supply server. I work in the headquarters, so I control all the logistics. And as a captain, he's running a company for everything. But we work to mingle to, most of the time in Iraq, we work together. And then now it's my student. Service. Can you believe if?
10 times 10. Disconnected.
Sorry, that's my secret.
You don't believe if I was not, nice to him. But you never know. Life always comes in several. Tell you a story about one of my soldiers who end up now you own a company who is make $2 million a year in Seattle. Life always comes in second. How do you figure out life comes in second? Because you know a lone wolf. You are part of the team. And I read a few of your stuff over here. You guys figure out over here about your team, everything. It's great. It's great. Because at the moment you already know you cannot do stuff by yourself. And how do you define a team? There's so many ways you can define a team. I don't like one definition. I like people make their own definition, because if you make your own definition, you remember. If you read the Kobe definition, it's Kobe. Remember everything. So you already make yours, and we in a position to make our own definition. Why not? Some people say team means to be humble. Team means empower the next guy. Team means service. Team can mean everything, but what team means to you? To me, team means I play my own instrument. And if I don't bring my instrument, the orchestra, the symphony will be different. That means people value me. And you got to value each other to make a strong team. So when we move in a different life, my life is different in the army. So we don't have the same people in the team. We have a different scale. And sometimes in your team, some people will give 80%. Today, you give 20. Because you were sick. You just came for COVID. You're sick. That means that's wrong with that. The next day you might be 80, and they give 20. Because you have to work together. And I don't believe in a team over everything will be 50-50. That's ask for trouble. And these are the time you got to empower each other. That's God. Okay, next, some are prepared here for your team again. I see that over here. When you work together, what you do? You police each other. And if nothing works well, you police each other. When you make your bed, when I was in the boot camp, we had the best bed. Who make the best bed? You know what? I was the worst one. But I have a good team. So what we did, we have one guy, he knew how to make bed with 45 degree, everything. He made a bed for everybody. So some of us, we had to buffer the floor above the rooms with a clean. And then the guy who shut everybody's boots. And then our team was the best one. We knew how to make our beds, but we have someone who was so great, and then we use his scale. We know someone you know so good in the floor, I can just bath this floor and you can see your face. And then I did it. And you make my bed. And then that time we have normal shoes. And we have somebody else, a couple guys, they can really shine shoes. They use a candle, they use a highlighter, they do everything. It was shining. That's our team. By myself, I will make it. By themselves too, they will make it. Good bed, bad shoes. And the messy floor. So we empower each other. We did it all the time. And then in a service, every time we was doing our work, we always empower each other, because when you're tired, you know, we're taking exercise. When you're tired, I got nothing to give. My guys will be on my side. You can do it. One more time, you can do it, you can do it. So I cannot quit. And then to bring one story short, we have you know, in the army, we camp, we always have one female soldier. She's tough, she can run everybody. And then when you're struggling, she's next to you. She starts to sing. You never stop. For some reason, it's just empowerment comes to you, because she was one of our teammates. I cannot let her down. The only thing I cannot do it when I can breathe no more. And then nobody fell. So please remember that. Team, and you cannot go alone. Remember that team, you cannot do that by yourself. You have to police each other. And then when you work together, everybody play their own music. And the orchestra, everybody change leadership. The orchestra, the director is there, but you don't play your instrument. And if someone in your team, and the teamwork, like we say, one team, one fight, someone in your team struggling, be like the geese, come together, try to help you out. Because when I did my road march, you get tired, you get tough. What we do, you get your rucksack, put it on the side, somebody pick up your rucksack. And then when you get strong enough, you pick it up, and then when you get tired, and then when the guy got hurt, we just like a window volume, put him back. We don't let nobody. And we finish our team, all finish it. Sometimes we have the female soldier, they were so strong to pick up your rucksack. Like the guy said, big muscles, tattoo, everything, they go along, we pass them. We just have that kind of spirit, because we believe in the team. It's not what you think, what you read, it's your action. Because knowledge is no power until you use it. And then nobody care how much you know, people care how much you care. Otherwise, it's just an empty word. So, yeah. Let me see if I got one more story. So, one of the stories I have, that's a very tough one. You know, the Apollo 11, the first Apollo 11, when they went to the moon. So, we went to the moon, right? Many moons ago. So, did they go along? The capsule left, but they trust the people who was in the ground, or the capsule. No, the capsule can go anytime. It can blow up, but they trust the team was left. The team is accountability. They trust them to send them to the moon, to unknown, and bring them back. And they did. sometimes we have no choice. We have to trust our team. Sometimes they don't have the answer either. I cannot do it, or you end up to be like that group, hungry. You be hungry because you don't want to feed the person next to you because I don't trust you. If I feed you, you want to feed me back, and then nobody trusts each other, and everybody hungry. And the successful team is the team who work together. So I trust you, I'll feed you first, you feed me after Justin. And then before we know, we start to work together. You might not make your bed because that was my day, but I'll feed you anyway.
Made my bed.
So that's as a teamwork. So I know there is so many team history. I have so many of them, but with this time, I want to say thank you very much for having me here. I hope you remember something. If you remember nothing, remember one thing: empower each other. And then the big one